In my previous video, I raised the issue of what a civilized country is or isn't. I didn't talk specifically about what I meant on the topic of civilization or what makes a country civilized, but a couple of people took issue with that. One of which I had to ban outright from my channel because he used language that was too coarse for my taste. So I thought I'd clarify that issue because it's a good topic for this particular series of videos. And why don't we look at the basics, right? We're going to look at the definition of civilization from the Merriam-Webster dictionary, which I've always liked. It's a good dictionary. One of the definitions is civilization is the condition that exists when people have developed effective ways of organizing a society and care about art, science, and other things. Another definition is a relatively high level of cultural and technological development, or specifically, the stage of cultural development at which writing and the keeping of written records is attained. Another definition is refinement of thought, manners, or taste, and a situation of urban comfort. Now, how does this tie in with what I talked about in the other video? Well, it ties in with that because when you get to the point where you have written records or a well-developed culture where art is highly regarded and you have written records such as books, for example, then you should also be a civilization or a country where public utilities and infrastructure are solid and working well. What do I mean by that? Well, I think a more literal example of what I mean by that is, and someone once said, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember the exact phrase used, but it went something like this: the definition of a civilized country is the distance between you and other people's shit. So how far away is the shit that you generate as a society? How far is it from you as a person? Are you stepping in it every day? Or is it far away, removed, and treated through sewage systems and released into nature when it won't do anybody any harm? So I think that definition of a civilized society hits right at the core of things, because you may have a wonderful culture and you may have art, but if you're still stepping on shit on the streets, then you're not a civilized country. So how does that again tie in with the previous video? Well, when I talked about civilized countries, that's what I meant. I meant countries that have a good infrastructure in place. You know, public utilities that are working. You have running water, clean running water, and you have sewage treatment plants. So to me, that's a good definition of civilization. Yeah, it's wonderful to have art, and it's wonderful to have a well-developed culture and to have a lot of books, but you know, if you still have to deal with crap, and by that I mean literal crap, then you're just waiting for the next disease to wipe you out as a civilization. So you're not really civilized. Another good example would be the medieval times. I mean, we as a people, you know, as a collective group, as a race, we had books, and we had writing, and we had culture, we had arts, vibrant arts during the medieval times, but I don't think anybody would refer to those times as civilized times. As a matter of fact, they're called the Dark Ages for a reason. They were dark, they were nasty, they were dirty, they were not civilized. People were throwing crap out the window onto the street. It just wasn't a pleasant time to be around. You know, they had lice running on them, bed bugs and rats and mice carrying disease and all kinds of nasty stuff. So not a civilized time at all. Yep. So just wanted to clear that up for you. If you have any if you had any questions about the other video that I made on men's personal hygiene, if you haven't watched that video, then please do watch it. And if you know of people who need to see that video, then you should probably send it to them. I might get a lot of negative comments, but then I always have a ban button to resort to if the people get too what's the word I'm looking for? Too offensive. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay, thanks for watching. See you next time.